This is my current physical TBR. Out of less than 300 books I own, I think it's about 280 now, there are 30 books I own that I'm yet to have read. When I started reading, I was very much a physical book user. However, I was going away a lot at the end of last year and so got a Kindle and got a Kindle Unlimited subscription, and since then I have been buying books and not reading them. A lot of these are actually from before I even had the Kindle. I just didn't read them after I got the Kindle and could read things for free. Yes, hello. But a few of these I have bought this year or since having the Kindle, and so I thought today I'd bring you along on a week-long little reading vlog where I show you mostly reading, maybe some of what I get up to during the day, and probably a lot of Mikan because he loves annoying me when I'm filming and just generally. I'm going to try read as many of these as I can during this week and see how we go. So let's get to it. The first book I have been reading is The Red Scrolls of Magic. This I'm reading on my Kindle because I go to the gym almost every weekday, and while I'm there, to motivate me to be at the gym, I read on my Kindle on the treadmill. Unfortunately, out of all of those 30 books, this is the only one that's on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm actually going to sort of spread this out and read this just while I'm at the gym in hopes that it sort of takes me the whole time to finish it and I don't have to think about what to do next to something to read on the treadmill at the gym. Red Scrolls of Magic is by Cassandra Clare. If you don't know her, she wrote the infamous, Shadowhunters series. This is in fact a Shadowhunters novel. It is book one of, I think it's supposed to be more than two, but there's only two out and there's no talk about the next one coming out. It is following Alec and Magnus, who are sort of prominent side characters in the Shadowhunters main, what's it called? Mortal Instruments, the Mortal Instruments series. They are sort of main side characters in it, and you also see Magnus a lot throughout the other series. It's following them on their trip after the war to Europe to have a little relationship holiday, romantic holiday type thing, and then demon things ensue, and they try and do what they can to save what they need to. So that's basically, I'm only 50 pages in so far. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not sure if I'm just enjoying it because of the nostalgia of Shadowhunters or if I'm actually enjoying it. So we will see, and I'll keep you updated with that one. And let's see what physical book I actually start reading now.
So I finished work for the day and had a little bit of girl dinner because I was too lazy to cook anything else, and now after relaxing for a bit, I've decided that I'm going to start reading for the night. So I'm just over here by my TBR pile to decide what to read. I've had not really a busy day, but my brain's just not feeling it, so I want something quite easy. So I'm thinking one of the romance books, maybe, or the fantasy. I don't know if I want to do the fantasy because I'm also reading Red Scrolls of Magic, but no, I know what I'll do. So I'm going to start with Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. It's book 3 in the Lakefront Billionaires series. They're interconnected standalones about small town billionaire romance, single dad romance, many different tropes. Anyway, number 3 is about Lorenzo, which is a man that you meet that's running for mayor in the town that's been around sort of in the first 2 books, and I forget who the woman is. I think it's a friend of the first woman or a sister or something. I don't know. I'll probably find out when I start reading it. And it came out recently and it's the last one in the series, so it'll just be fun to read it and find out what's happening. And yeah, so wait, no, this one isn't single dad. No, it is. No, it's not. But the other 2 were single dads. Or am I thinking of... No, I'm thinking of the Rose Hill... Yeah, I'm thinking of the Rose Hill series. I think this is just small town billionaire type thing. But yeah, let's get to reading and I'll let you know how it goes in a bit.
I typically read like this in bed with this sort of sunset lamp on, as well as sometimes I will have something playing through my projector at the moment. I have my Switch connected to it because I was playing the Tiny Bookshop game on it on the weekend, but the Switch also has a YouTube app, so I'm just using that to play some like Twilight, ambience, nature type of things has been my general dram. So yeah, that's what I do while I'm reading the book. Where is it? The book. So I'm finishing up reading for the night because it's time for me to go to bed so that I can get hopefully good sleep before work tomorrow. I just want to give a quick update. So I'm currently, I think it's halfway. It doesn't look like halfway, but it says it's 550 pages and I'm at page 228. So that would be halfway through Love Arranged. I was half correct with what I was saying it was about. So Lorenzo has returned to the town. He lived there as a child but left after his parents died. And he's returned to town and is running for mayor, but is not very popular with everyone. And then Lily is Dahlia, who is the FMC in Book One's sister. And she is very popular in town, and through things happening, they decide the best course of action to get him to become mayor is them pretending to date and be engaged and whatever. So that's basically the entire plot of the story. It's been going good so far. I've been enjoying it. There's definitely a lot of deep plots, I guess. Lorenzo has OCD and probably anxiety. Lily has probably some form of depression, but it's not explicitly talked about compared to Lorenzo's OCD. Her mum has anxiety. Like it's got a lot of mental health themes through it, which seem to be discussed really well so far. So that's been, refreshing. I don't know. It's been not nice. Nice feels like the wrong word too. It's just been like good to see good mental health representation in books and not in like sort of negative or harmful ways, I guess. So I'm excited to
keep on reading this tomorrow and see how their relationship goes. It hasn't really gone very far yet, obviously, because she tends to write, at least in this series, she tends to write a bit more slow burns. They take a bit more time for them to like get together. I'm pretty sure in Love Unwritten it wasn't until like 80% or something that they even like got together officially. It was like quite far in the story, so I'm expecting this to be the same, but they have good tension and just like their non-romantic relationship as well is nice, and they're getting to know each other and everything. So yeah, that's all I'm going to do for tonight, and it's time for me to wind down and head to bed. So I'll see you all tomorrow morning.
Hello, it is 9 p.m. on Wednesday. I've had a painful day. I didn't sleep very well, had a headache all day, and had a bit of work to do, so I haven't read until now. I also went out for dinner with my mum to the local pub. We had some food that I did not get any footage of because I was too hungry and just ate straight away and kept forgetting. And we played some pool and just hung out for a bit. But now I'm home and ready to read before I go to bed for the night. I'm going to continue Love Arranged. My aim is to try and finish it. We'll see. I did pretty well with it last night, but I was also reading I started reading a bit earlier in the night, so we'll see how much of it I get through. And I didn't read any of the Red Scrolls of Magic today because I didn't go to the gym because my headache was bad enough that I didn't really want to push it by going. So, yeah, let's start reading. Today, I'm going to watch Driving to La Push with Jacob. I don't know. We'll see. It'll probably change. It only lasts 36 minutes anyway, so I will probably change what I'm watching at some point. So yeah, let's get to reading.
So I finished my reading for the night. It's almost 11:30 and I want to attempt to get some good sleep tonight. So even though I only have about 100 pages left, I'm not going to stay up to read it. I'm going to be good and go to sleep on time, which is frustrating because I did want to finish this book in 2 days, but it just didn't happen that way, and it won't take me too long to finish it tomorrow, so that's fine. It is what it is. I'm still enjoying this book so far. It's sort of in its third act conflict section, which annoyingly is using the miscommunication trope somewhat, which always bothers me. It's my most hated third act conflict trope, but I'll see how it goes. Sometimes it's used well. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about it at the moment. It's still a good book. I don't think it'll make me absolutely hate it, but from how I'm feeling at the moment, I don't think it's getting as high as a score as I did for number 2, because number 2, Love Unwritten, I gave 5 stars. Do not rub the gimbal. I think this is him telling me it's time to go to bed. Is it time to go to bed? Did you just sneeze into the mic? That's disgusting. What do you got to say? Oh. Oh. Okay. Mikan says it's time to go to bed. So we are... What is this? What is he doing? He's like... Why have you... Anyway. It's time for us to go to bed. So we will see you all hopefully tomorrow morning at the gym. Good night. Good morning. I am up somehow. And I'm about to go to the gym. So there I'm going to read the Red Scrolls of Magic some more and see how I'm going with that one. I don't really have much more to say about it. I obviously won't film much in the gym. I might take a clip or two on my phone, depending on how busy it is around there. And yeah, I'll let you know how it's going afterwards. Hello, sweaty me back from the gym. I am just doing a quick update on Red Scrolls of Magic. I'm about 27% through, so about a quarter of the way, and I am enjoying it so far. I don't remember who my favourite character was when I was originally reading Mortal Instruments, but I want to say it was Alec, but it was probably Jace because I was a teenage girl and very basic. So, you know, but I always have enjoyed Alec and Magnus's relationship, especially when watching the Shadowhunters TV show. What has tripped me up a bit is I've forgotten how much the TV show actually changed sort of their relationship and the stage of their relationship they were up to, because in this book they're very much still sort of in the beginning phases of their relationship, and so it's just sort of wrapping my head back around what the actual canon of the book is rather than the canon of the TV show. But anyway, yeah, it's going good. It's sort of your typical Shadowhunters novel with demons and downworlders and romance. It sort of seems to be doing the trope at the moment where every time they get intimate, it gets interrupted by something. So I'm hoping she doesn't go on with that for too long, because it's just sort of like annoying. I don't know. Like, it's not satisfying. It's been done so many times. It's not like a funny, quirky thing that's impeding their growing of their relationship or anything. It's just sort of an annoying thing for the reader. Anyway, that's my one gripe about it so far. But otherwise, I'm really enjoying it. Now I'm off to do some work and, well, have a shower first because I am sweaty. Have a shower, do some work, go for lunch with Mum, and then I'll see you when I read again, probably later tonight. I've had quite a productive day since I last talked to you. I did some work and then I went out with Mum for some lunch, which I again didn't get footage of because I was too busy eating. I forgot again. Then came home and did a lot more work, and then after work I decided to do another one of the topic practice exams because I had my first prep review class, prep, that's the word. Had my first prep class on Monday where they gave us a bunch of practice exams that we could use both in our own time and in the class. So I did another one of them and that went quite well, which was nice. And then I got stuck on Notion and decided to, originally I just wrote in my notebook the scores of the 2 tests that I've done so far, and I was like, I'll just use them to calculate my average and things like that as I go. But then I was updating my Korean Learning Notion page, which if you are learning a language and would like a Notion page to help track, I have a video about my template that I use, and you can purchase my template or you can make your own based off the video. I was putting all the data from the past month or so in that because I've been so busy. I really did not study at all during August, which was bad considering it's only I think 36 days away until the exam. So I put all the data in there, and then while I was putting the data in, I got carried away and made a table where I could put in my past exam practice scores, and then from that made a gallery view with formulas that calculate the average for both the listening and the reading section, and then the overall score, and then got even more carried away and made them format based on whether the score will get me to level 2 or will get me to level 1 or will fail in the exam. So I spent all my time doing that. It's now 6:30, I think. Where's my phone? Yeah, it's now 6:30 and I'm going to get to reading for a bit. I'm not quite hungry for dinner yet because the lunch was quite filling. I'm just gonna read first, and maybe I'm gonna aim to finish the last 100 pages that I have of Love Arranged, and once I finish that I might have dinner and then start something else. We'll see how I go. Once again, got my Twilight playlists on in the background, but this time with more lighting. So I just realised I'm standing in front of them. That was not on purpose. This is just where I ended up standing because I'm going to sit on my beanbag, my lovely boo beanbag. This is where I'm going to be sitting for the foreseeable future. So let's get to reading. So I have officially finished Love Arranged by Lauren Asher, oh my god, which means that I have finished the Lakefront Billionaires trilogy. This is the second book series I've read by Lauren because I did read the Dreamland Billionaires. I forget what it's called, but it's about like the Disney brothers, sort of. But yeah, this book is all done. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4.25 stars overall. The miscommunication that was happening in the third act that I talked about earlier, I think it was handled pretty well. I pretty much always hate miscommunication, but this was not the worst I've read. Lorenzo had sort of a good reason for not explaining his actions and his past and what was happening. And then when he finally did explain it to Lily, she obviously accepted it, but she didn't fully forgive him straight away for it. He had to go through sort of other things and work on himself and stuff before she sort of accepted everything and whatever. I had some nice cute little epilogues, so that was nice. It had some good quotes, but it wasn't as, I haven't marked any of them, it wasn't as memorable quotes to me compared to Love Unwritten, which I did annotate a bit at the end, which I showed in my mid-year book tag video. I did enjoy it, that's why I gave it, after doing all the core pile stuff, it ended up with 4.25. Yeah, now that this book is done, it's time for me to go eat dinner, and then we will pick another one to read for the night. as you've just seen, I am starting to read The Great Gatsby. I have never read it before, but I have seen like the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio in it. But I saw it like when it first came out, so I really don't remember that much about it. I don't know. Anyway, the book started with like a 50 plus page introduction that was like an essay about The Great Gatsby, which I wasn't really expecting, but by the time I realized how long it was, I was already like almost halfway through it, so I just kept going. It was interesting, I guess. It was just very like wordy and essay-ish. I don't know, like very big words for seemingly no reason, even though it was written in 1990 when the book is written in like 1920s, and it's more difficult to understand than the book itself. Yeah. So after that, I got through about, 80 pages of the actual book itself. I think I'm about halfway. It's about 180 pages, I think, so I'm almost halfway. Yeah, it's okay. Like, I don't know what to say about classic books. I know what happens. The essay tells you what happens anyway. It's interesting to read books from this era because the way that races are seen and different people are seen is very, very different. So it's not something you can judge as much. Like, I'm still judging it, but you have to take that judgment with a grain of salt, I guess, because it was all they knew back then. Like, they hadn't really been educated into things. I don't know. Anyway, I'm heading to bed for the night, and so I'm going to wrap up here. Hopefully get some more reading done before I go to work tomorrow night. But I will see you all tomorrow for reading at the gym. Bye. I'm back from the gym where I read some more of Red Scrolls of Magic. I don't know how much, I didn't check. The book is going well. Not much to say about it. It's a Shadowhunters book. It trods along. Nothing significant has really happened in the plot yet. I guess because it's a series rather than a standalone, it sort of takes a bit longer. But yeah, enjoying it. And now I have had a shower. I have done a little bit of work, but I'm going into the office tonight for a job, so I'm going to relax for a little bit and not do any work before I go in, and just try and finish Gatsby before I have to leave. I have just over 2 hours until I have to go, so I'm hoping that I can read the last 100 pages in that time. We'll see how I go.
So after a quick stop for lunch, I finished The Great Gatsby. I don't have much to say about it. It is, like, I don't know, I'm just like, I haven't read many classics, and I just read them more to experience them more than anything. I don't think anything in particular about this one. I don't know if it'll be different with like Wuthering Heights or Persuasion or something, but it was okay. It was an interesting read, and now I've read it, and that's all I really have to say about it. Going to see if I can find any of the books on audio for my drive to and from work, as I have 45 minutes to go each way. It could be a good time to get a little bit more reading in through an audiobook. But otherwise, I don't think there's much that I'm going to read tonight when I get home, because I don't get home until quite late. Yes. Oh my god. He keeps trying to rub against the gimbal, and I'm worried he's going to break this. Anyway, yes, I doubt I'll read when I get home tonight, but if I do, I'll let you know. But otherwise, I will see you guys all tomorrow, and so will Mikan. You gonna say goodbye? We're just spiking the camera dead ass. That's impressive.
Simon & Schuster Audio presents Jiyoung, born 1982, by Cho Nam-ju.
Hello, it is now Saturday afternoon. It's been a long time since I've spoke to you all. I did as planned and I listened to the audiobook of Kim Jiyoung, born 1982. I couldn't remember her birthday. I listened to that book by Cho Nam-ju. Listened to that on my commute to and from work yesterday, which is 45 minutes each way. And then I also listened and read it. I did both today on my commute to Korean class because it is on the train, so I could just read it physically once I was on the actual train because I read a lot faster than the audiobook. But yeah, it is now finished. It was quite a short book, so obviously it didn't take me too long to read. I really enjoyed it. It is a very interesting, I guess, commentary on, I guess, women growing up in both sort of the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, but also it applies to women today. It sees it through the lens of sort of Korean women, but it also does apply to other countries a lot, just in not as specific ways. It has some sort of like discussion, but it's mostly just telling a woman's life from sort of childhood to being a mother, and that's Mikan's tale if you saw that. And includes some like good statistics that are referenced from studies about sort of like women in life, women in work, women being mothers, things like that, mostly in relation to Korean statistics. But it was really interesting to read. It made sort of feel like a good mix. I don't really love nonfiction, so it was a good mix of sort of like nonfiction but in a fictionalized person that helped me enjoy it, and it was just really intriguing to read. So I did have a good time with it. I haven't rated it yet because I just got home, but I'm assuming it'll end up about a 4.5 once I do the core pal based on what I'm thinking of at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I've finished it for now. And then I'm going to have a bit of a break. I have yet to have lunch, so I'm just going to relax for this afternoon, and then later on today I will start reading another book, which I haven't decided which book yet, so catch up with me soon to see what we read next. And Mikan is being very helpful at always, well, vlogging, aren't you? He likes the book too, apparently. Oh god, but yeah, Mikan, please, Mikan. Yeah, I will see you all when I pick another book.
After an afternoon and evening of doing sort of tasks around the house and just relaxing and having dinner, now I picked my next book, which is going to be The White Book by Han Kang, or it's just called Huynh, just white. I don't know why they called it. I don't know why when translating to English they didn't just keep it as white. But anyway, I have no idea what this is about. But this particular book, or just Han Kang herself, won the 2024 Nobel Prize for Literature, and this book was shortlisted for the Booker International Prize. So yeah, should be interesting. I still have no idea what it's going to be about. It's a meditation on colour, beginning with a simple list of white things. It is a book about mourning, rebirth, and a tenacity of the human spirit. It is a stunning investigation of the fragility, beauty, and strangeness of life. Interesting. Anyway, I felt like reading like another sort of short translated fiction so I can get more of them done, because apart from my fantasy, that is sort of my next biggest pile because I keep buying them and not reading them, and my wish list is even longer. I just haven't purchased any in a long, long time. So yeah, I'm going to read this one now and let's see how we go. In a very quick turn of events, I have already finished The White Book, or Hin. It is interesting. It's basically just sort of like short, poetic, I guess, like chapters where each is titled something that is white, and based off that, she sort of discusses like how that object makes you feel, or like the abstract, like, I don't know, like abstractness, the abstract feelings that you get from being around this white thing. I don't know. The answer is I'm dumb. It was good, I think, but I feel dumb. As you saw, I did annotate it. Yeah, it's too thin, it won't do it. There it goes. Yeah, I did annotate it. Probably would have done it more if I, understood what a lot of things were saying. But there were sort of like, it's really interesting written sentences or passages that I enjoyed. Like, if she believes that she has never been shattered, she can believe that she will be shattered no more. Sort of things like that. So yeah, it was, I don't know what to say, man. It was not what I was expecting. But I didn't know what I was expecting, so I didn't look into it at all. I just wanted to read it because it's one of her like famous books. As you've probably seen from the multiple clips of my physical TBR, I also have The Vegetarian, so I do want to try that too at some point. Whether that happens in this week or not. It is only 9:45, so I don't want to start something else, so I think maybe I will start a classic. So let me go pick one out to read. I think I'm going to do Wuthering Heights. I've never read many classics. I did not do the type of English in VCE, like year 11 and 12, where you read books, and definitely didn't do literature in which you read classic books typically. I did a different one that was like on the study of linguistics type thing. But I sort of, like, I know this is the Heathcliff one, right? Is it? Catherine? I don't know. Yeah, Heathcliff. There it is. I just saw it written. I don't know what it's about, really. I think it's a love story. They will come to learn the story of Kathy, how she was forced to choose between her well-meaning husband and the dangerous man she loved since she was young. How her choice led to betrayal and terrible revenge and continues to torment those in the present. Okay, maybe not a romance. I guess we'll find out together. So let's start Wuthering Heights. I don't think I'll get much done because, like I said, it's almost 10 p.m, but it's a Saturday, so I don't need to go to sleep at a decent time. So I'll stay up until I feel sleepy reading this. Let's go. It is now just past 11 and I am 61 pages into Wuthering Heights. It's up to chapter 7. So it's like a new tenant at Thrushcross Grange, and then he meets Heathcliff and his daughter-in-law and an Earnshaw, and then he gets stuck in a storm and they're very mean to him, and then he goes home, and then his live-in maid tells him about her time over at Wuthering Heights and the history of Catherine and everything, and she's gotten up to the bit where Catherine ends up at Thrushcross Grange for a bit. Is that what it's called? Something like that. Yeah, it's interesting to read so far. Definitely takes a lot more work on the brain because of the like difference in language because of when it was written. And also it really bugs me that Joseph, one of the servants, butler, he was a butler, that's what it was, the butler, he has an accent. And so Emily Bronte has like written the accent, which just makes it really confusing to actually know what he's saying. Yeah, I'm just over sort of an eighth of the way through and I have nothing more to say so far. I will keep reading this tomorrow, but for now, Mikan and I, he's right there in his bed, going to go to sleep, and I will see you all tomorrow. Happy Sunday morning. I have not much to do today, just some like house chores, which I've already started the washing, and I read near the washing machine for a bit because my washing machine has the habit of stalling on the spin cycle when I do my sheets because it's just a touch too heavy for it. So I sit by it in case it does so I can restart it. Yeah, so I read a bit then, and now I'm going to read for a bit. I'm in my office because I'm letting my mattress like air out before I put the new sheets on it, so I'm not sitting in there because it's cold in there because the window's open and everything. But yeah, I have not much more to say. I only read a chapter while the washing was going because I was doing other things at the same time. So I'm just learning more about the history of Catherine and Heathcliff, and we'll see how it goes as I read more. So let's get to it. After a long Sunday of doing house chores, and then I did a little bit of Korean topic study, and then I played some video games with my friend during the afternoon, which was nice to spend time with her. After that's all done, and then I finished up my house chores, and then I had my dinner. It is now 10 p.m. So unfortunately I'm not going to get as much reading done today as I was hoping I would get done, but I'm still going to get a little bit more done before I go to sleep. Don't smooch the gimbal. You're going to break the gimbal. So yeah, let's do a little bit more reading for our Sunday. We started this on Tuesday, so tomorrow's the last day. So I'd like to finish Wuthering Heights at least, so that we have finished the book, and it would be nice to do Red Scrolls of Magic as well, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see how we go. But for now, let's read Wuthering Heights. Mikan, yo. It's already 11 o'clock, so I'm going to head to bed now because I'm quite tired, and I do want to get up at a good time in the morning and have sort of a good week of waking up at times that I want to wake up. In terms of Wuthering Heights, I'm at page 157. So it is not even halfway. It's taken me quite a long time to read it. It is quite small text with very narrow margins, so there's quite a lot of words to a page, and it is a bit slower for me to read because of the language of a classic book. I don't know if I'll finish this before the week is up. I have a very busy Wednesday on with work, so I sort of have to finish this video on Tuesday no matter what. So we'll see how I go. Tomorrow morning I'll go to the gym and read more of the Red Scrolls of Magic, which, how long do I have left on that? I have 2 hours and 42 minutes left of the Red Scrolls of Magic, so by the time I read it on the treadmill tomorrow, I'll have about 2 hours left. So, and then Tuesday again, that'll be what? Just over an hour left. So I should be able to finish the Red Scrolls of Magic. And just depending on how busy I am with work tomorrow and how I'm feeling, depends on how far through this I can get. Because I've only read for an hour tonight, and I've read 50 pages in an hour, which is 5 hours of this left. Yeah, we'll see. I might not finish it in time, but that's just how it is. I'll keep going with it throughout the week, even if I don't finish it before the end of this vlog. We're going to head to sleep because we have a sleepy boy over here. He doesn't care. He's already asleep. He doesn't need me to help him with that. But I'm sleepy. So I will be going to bed, and I'll see you all tomorrow for some more reading. Good night. Hello. It is Thursday. No, it's not. It's Monday. It is Monday at 8 p.m. and I have yet to talk to you or film any b-roll at all today. I did go to the gym this morning and read more of, yes, the Red Scrolls of Magic. You cannot eat my cookie. As I was saying, I continue reading Red Scrolls of Magic at the gym. Alec is finding out more about Magnus's past and not shunning him for it yet, although I'm sure Cassandra will use Asmodeus being Magnus's father as a third act conflict. I'm assuming. We'll see. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. It's a Shadowhunter book. I don't know. I have nothing more to say about it so far. Nothing really has happened yet. It's all sort of trotting along. And then after I came back, I was doing some work during the day and I had a bit of downtime, so I was doing more reading of Wuthering Heights. I'm now a few chapters, I think 3 or 4 chapters into volume 2, and I don't know if you can spoil a classic book, but I'll try not to. The thing that happens at the start of volume 2 has happened. It's just the aftermath of all that at the moment. I'm getting into the writing a bit more and understanding it a bit better, so I'm reading it a bit faster, but it's still, quite foreign to me because I haven't read many classics. But the story is interesting. It's definitely not like a classic romance like you'd think it would be. It's just a lot of very hateful and annoying people. None of them have very good personalities, it seems. The jury's still out on that one. We'll see if I change my mind. But at the moment, they all seem very annoying and selfish. And I'm winding down for the night, chilling in my bed, and I'm going to do some more reading. And I have 180 pages left, so I probably won't finish it tonight. I am going to keep going with this vlog tomorrow, so it'll go from last Tuesday to this Tuesday, so technically a bit more than a week, but whatever, because I want to try and finish both of these books during this vlog so that we can get up to 6 books read. The only way we can do that is if we start reading. I've stayed up a little later than I intended, but I have finally finished Wuthering Heights. It was interesting, I guess. I don't know, it was just a story of two houses that were two families, but then one family, and lots of drama told by a maid telling a tenant of one of the houses in the near future is the basic summary. I don't really have much more to say about it at this point. Maybe tomorrow when I wake up, I will feel a bit more about it, but it is done, which marks our 5th book done so far, with our 6th having, let me see how much it's got left. We have an hour and 57 minutes left of the Red Scrolls of Magic, so that will be pretty easy to finish tomorrow, because by the time I read at the gym, I will only have a bit more than an hour left, which will be easy to do in the evening. So then we can finish up this weekly challenge with 6 books read, and that'll be good. But for now, I wanted to get up a bit earlier tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to happen anymore. But I still need to go to bed now, so I'll bid you all good night.
Expensive ones are crunchier leaves. Leaves can now reach a high level of crunchiness, unlocks tier 2.
Hello, happy Tuesday and last day of this reading vlog. I have not vlogged at all today. I did go to the gym this morning and read some more of the Red Scrolls of Magic, and then came home, did some work, did some editing on this vlog because I didn't realize how much footage there already is from this thing. It's going to be a very long video. Did some Korean vocab revision and then went out for dinner with mum, where we once again played pool, and this time I absolutely thrashed her in all the games, despite the fact that last week I was playing absolutely terribly for some reason. Something was going on today, and every sort of angle that I was trying to hit to get a ball in the hole actually worked this time, so that was nice. But now I'm home, I have changed into my PJs and I'm settling down for bed. It is almost 9 p.m. and I'm going to finish our last book of this video, which is the first book we started in this video, The Red Scrolls of Magic, now that I no longer need to save it to use on the treadmill, because from tomorrow I no longer have to read my physical TBR, so I can just read one of my Kindle TBRs. I have just over an hour left. During my walk at the gym today, we got to sort of the climax of this book, which was quite a good twist. I actually didn't see it coming, so it was quite a good twist, and I'm happy with that. And their relationship is going good, I guess. So I'm excited to see how it's going to all end up at the end of this book, and I definitely think I'll get to number 2 quite soon, but I do have to read that one physically as it isn't on Kindle Unlimited. So I think it's that. Yeah, it's only The Lost Book of the White and The Rag Picker King. Both are Cassandra Clare. Anyway, they're the 2 that are like a series that I have yet to finish, although I know that Wild Card did come out, I think this week or last week. So I do need to go and buy that at some point and read that. It doesn't count as adding to my physical TBR because I know I'm going to read it straight away, is what I'm going to tell myself. But I will be purchasing that maybe tomorrow, depending on if I get to the city early enough to go before work. We'll see. But I am doing too much yapping for someone who knows how long this video already is. And so let's get to our last reading portion. Let's go. Have done it. I have finished the 6th book / the first book, because that was the first one I started, The Red Scrolls of Magic. I enjoyed it. It was a fun book. It doesn't help that I haven't read Mortal Instruments in so long. Apparently this vacation they go on, according to Cassandra's acknowledgement bit at the end, actually happens during City of Fallen Angels, which I vaguely remember they went somewhere, but they said it was after the war already, which I thought the war was at the end of City of Fallen Angels. It's just telling me that I need to reread them all instruments, which is very daunting because it's very long and there's a lot of incest-ish and also not-ish. I also want to rewatch not the movie, the TV show now, because I loved Alec and Magnus in there. Although he is like Indonesian Malaysian canonically, and what's his name? Harry? No, he's in Glee, but he's also Magnus. Shadowhunters. Oh my god, that was 2016. Oh, Matthew Daddario is Alec. Harry, it is Harry. Harry Shum Jr. He is Chinese American. Bit confusing. Who did it in the movie? That's the question. I can't even remember Magnus. Ah, that's right. That's who Alec was. He was Godfrey Gao. He's Taiwanese. I do not remember. Now I need to watch the movie as well. Where's the images? Well, all I see when I think of Magnus is Harry Shum Jr.'s face, either as Mike Chang from Glee or Magnus. Where is Magnus? That's Alec. I think I like Matthew Daddario better. I did like what's his face as Simon. I did like this Simon though. I did like this Jace. I did like Jamie Campbell Bower as Jace. I feel like he had the more sass. He looks a bit more like broody. I think Harrison Jr. did well to give his like eccentricities. Anyway, this is very much not relevant. Yes, I enjoyed this book. I assume it'll be about a 4. I again haven't done my rating yet, but it was fun. I enjoyed their relationship and I enjoyed how sort of the climax wrapped up, but also how it led into book 2 in sort of a cliffhanger way, but I don't hate it. But that's also probably because I know I have book 2 right over there that I can start whenever I want. That is that book done, which means we have all of our books done for this week of reading our physical TBRs. It is late and I'm tired. Actually, it's 10 p.m. I'm tired. So I'm going to go to bed and I will come back in a day or 2 when I have time and wrap up all the books that we've read and the ratings we gave them and end out this video. So I'll see you then.
So it's officially the end of this reading vlog of seeing how many books of my physical TBR, which is now sitting ungracefully on the floor, I could read in 1 week. Got through these 6 books, but 6 books in 8 days. Not bad. More than I expected. I was worried I would get stuck with some really hard books to read and have no time to read, so I'd only get through like 3 or something. So 6 books is good. Thought we would quickly go through all of them and just quickly summarize my thoughts and the rating that I gave them. I didn't always have the rating ready or my thoughts fully ready once I had finished the book in the vlog. So we'll go by order that I finished, not order that I started, which the first one I finished was Love Arranged by Lauren Asher, the 3rd book in the Lakefront Billionaires series. I enjoyed this book, not as much as Love Unwritten, which is the 2nd book in the series, but I still enjoyed it. It had really good mental health representation and their relationship was flawed, but they worked on it, which was nice. It had sort of that good discussion of, even though you might be struggling with your mental health, that doesn't give you permission to treat me like shit, that sort of thing. Its general trope is fake dating, and it does have the miscommunication trope a bit in a 3rd act conflict, but not a terrible amount, which is good for me, and I gave it 4.25 stars overall. Next we have The Great Gatsby, one of the 2 classics that I read this week, finally bringing my goal of 10 classics this year up to more than 0. This was interesting. What did I say about it? I literally said a classic with not much to say about it. Very helpful me. The main note I had was just like the talk about race and not so much gender. Like the women did nothing, but they weren't overly, it wasn't overly misogynistic about, I don't know. It was more about race that I had like things that were sussy. It was a book written in the 1920s, so I gave it a sort of semi-pass for that. I'm happy that I've read it. And I gave it 3.5 overall. Next was Kim Jiyoung, born 1982 by Cho Nam-ju. Great Gatsby is by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I didn't say that, but you probably know that. Anyway, Kim Jiyoung, born 1982. I read this very quickly, also listening to the audiobook while driving to and from work. It was very interesting, has a lot of good discourse on women growing up in this time period in South Korea, but is also very relevant to the current time period of any country, and also had some really good references to statistical papers about women in everything, basically in life. I really enjoyed it and I gave it 4.5 stars overall. Then I read Huin, or The White Book by Han Kang. This is, I found out afterwards, poetry. It's just a lot of little poems about a list of things that are white, and the emotions they evoke, which is the word I was trying to figure out when I was talking about this after I finished it. Editing that section and seeing me struggle to find the word was very, very depressing. But the emotion it evoked of each white thing, it made me feel dumb, but also it was nicely written. I did mark quite a few nicely written passages or sentences, and it was, I guess, a good introduction to Hong Kong. I still do have The Vegetarian over there. I will read hopefully soon, and I gave this one 4 stars overall. Then to our second classic, it was Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, don't know how to say it. This was very long, like it's a thick book, but compared to Gatsby, there are other thicker classics like Ulysses, which I don't think I'll ever have the courage to read. It was interesting. It was not what I was expecting. I was expecting more of a romance. It's really just the retelling of the life of basically Catherine, but also sort of Heathcliff and Edgar and Isabella, and then their children. The only thing that really bugged me was Joseph, the butler, being I think they said it was a Yorkshire accent, but all of his speech was written in the accent, which just made it really hard for me to understand what he was actually saying. But luckily he's such a minor character that he doesn't really talk, and when he does, it's not really important. It's usually just babbling about scripture. It wasn't a complete bust because of that, and also all the characters are very annoying and hateful and selfish. But it was interesting. I'm glad I read it to experience reading it. I gave it 3.75 overall. And the last book, which we finished last night, The Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra Clare. It is book 1 in the Eldest Curses. It says it somewhere. Yeah, book 1 in the Eldest Curses series, which is another series in the Shadowhunters universe, following Alec and Magnus, who were sort of side characters in the Mortal Instruments. This was a good book. I enjoyed getting to spend time with just them. And you got like peeks of Jace and Isabel and mentions of like all the characters from Mortal Instruments, but you also got to see Tessa from Infernal Devices. Yes. You also meet the characters from sort of the Downworld world, which you meet a bit in Magnus's book. What is it called? In the Bane Chronicles. And just getting to know Alec and Magnus a bit better, especially as a couple, was nice. So I did enjoy this one quite a lot, and I'm excited to read book 2 and see where it goes, because it's sort of the end of book 1 led quite well into book 2, and I gave this 4.25 stars overall. That is all 6 of the books that I read during this reading vlog. I am now down to still a lot on my physical TBR that you can see from the pile behind me, but these are the ones we got through, and I'll still keep trying to read more. I still have more that are on my TBR for this month, like One Dark Window, Sounds Like Love, and The Rag Picker King that I do want to read this September. That will be the end of the video. Thank you all so much for joining me on this reading vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of this style of video, as it's the first sort of like reading vlog thing that I've done. And also, if you enjoyed it and want to see more, let me know other ideas for what sort of reading vlogs you would like to see me do next. If you'd like to keep on with the sort of book content, we have my mid-year book tag, which I did in August, which I know is not very mid-year, but I did do it, and so you can click on that to have a look at that. And I also have all of my reading journal content that I do every month, which October's will be out very soon, so keep an eye on that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!